政務からのお知らせです。I'm Dave.
And I'm Wayne. This week's 政務のお知らせです。Income tax returns 確定申告について Income tax returns, called 確定申告 in Japanese, are filed by many income taxpayers in Japan. The taxpayers calculate how much income tax they owe based on their income amount between January 1st and December 31st of the previous year, declare and pay the amount. The majority of people receiving salary income do not have to file income tax returns. This is because their income tax is calculated for them by the organization they work for or in the year-end tax adjustment. However, those with the following circumstances must file a tax return: people whose workplace did not do the year-end tax adjustment for them, or people whose dependents require tax returns to be filed, those sending money to dependent family members living in their home country, etc., or people whose yearly salary income exceeds 20 million yen, and finally, people with retirement income. In the following cases, even those who had a year-end tax adjustment can get a tax refund by filing their tax return. The people are who quit their job mid-year, have not been employed since, and thus did not receive a year-end tax adjustment, or people who bought or renovated their home with a mortgage, or people whose total medical expenses were, upon calculation, more than 5% of their income amount, and finally, people whose circumstances changed to dependent due to marriage, childbirth, etc., after the year-end tax adjustment. The period for filing your tax return for 2014 is Tuesday, February 10th through Monday, March 16th. There are certain documents which are necessary in order to file. If you plan to do so, please make sure you ask what documents you will need at your local tax office prior to February 9th. During the filing period of February 10th through March 16th, consultation and document reception windows will be made available at Twin Messe in Shizuoka City's Suruga Ward. Consultation is only available in Japanese, so if you do not have confidence to explain yourself, please bring a friend who can speak the language. The consultant and reception windows at Twin Messe will not be available on Saturdays and Sundays. However, as a special exception, they will be open on Sunday, February 22nd and Sunday, March 1st. Please be aware that on these days, Twin Messe will be very crowded. Lastly, please be advised that all tax return related consultation will be shifted to Twin Messe during the application period. Therefore, please do not visit your local tax office between February 10th and March 16th if you wish to ask about your tax return. Please call the Shizuoka Tax Office at 054-252-8111 or the Shimizu Tax Office at 054-366-4161 if you have any questions. 政務からのお知らせです。Bicycle traffic rules, or in Japanese, 自転車の交通ルールについて。Over 1 year has passed since the bicycle traffic rules were amended and put into effect on December 1st, 2013. Since then, all persons on bicycles are required to travel the same direction as cars on the left-hand side of the road. If you violate bicycle traffic rules, you may face up to 3 months in prison or a fine of up to 50,000 yen. Bicycles are a type of vehicle and therefore should travel on the road and not on the sidewalk. Many roads have side strips instead of sidewalks. If you are traveling on a bicycle within the side strip, please be careful of pedestrians and travel at a safe speed. Make sure not to commit unlawful activities such as using a mobile phone while cycling or cycling after drinking alcohol. Bicycles are very convenient for getting around but can be very dangerous if misused. There have been cases where bicycles collided with pedestrians and the cyclist was at fault. In such a case, the cyclist may not go to prison but will have to pay enormous amounts of money in compensation to the victim. It's a good idea to get liability insurance, called Songai Baisho Sekinin Hoken in Japanese, should you have such an accident and be held responsible for causing it. Many accidents involving bicycles occur at intersections, so review how to safely and properly use a bicycle and be careful when cycling.
政務からのお知らせです。ノロウイルスによる食中毒にご注意ください。Watch out for Norovirus. It is said that food poisoning and infectious gastroenteritis tend to spread in the wintertime. Norovirus can be carried in food and infect through hand-to-hand contact, causing vomiting, diarrhea, and stomach pain. Symptoms can easily get more severe when children and the elderly become infected. The main kind of infection is through contact between people. Norovirus can be carried in the excrement or vomit of those infected, getting on hands and in mouths, and even be carried airborne. If you throw up in a room or toilet, make sure to run a fan and ventilate the room thoroughly. If cleaning up vomit or excrement, use disposable gloves and a mask to keep yourself from becoming infected. After you've finished, clean any dirty clothing and the floor with chlorine sanitizer. Here are some tips to make sure you don't get norovirus. To prevent against norovirus-based food poisoning, make sure to heat your food thoroughly, wash your hands, and disinfect at every opportunity. The most effective measure of prevention is washing your hands. Wash your hands with soap before cooking and after going to the bathroom. Maintain good health by sleeping longer and eating better than usual. Make sure all food that requires heating is heated to its very center. Norovirus loses its infectiousness when heated at 85 degrees Celsius or 185 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 minute or longer. Make sure to disinfect all cutting boards, kitchen knives, dishes, dish rags, and other cooking utensils and surfaces in your home. In the event that you become infected and diarrhea and vomiting continue, make sure to keep drinking fluids, as it is easy to become dehydrated. As soon as you are able, go to see a doctor. 南海トラフ巨大地震に備えて、今週の One Point Advice. This week's One Point Advice for preparing for the Great Nankai Trough Earthquake. Tip number 7. Tsunamiから身を守ろう. Save yourself from a tsunami. Tsunamis occur when a major earthquake happens out at sea. The Japan Meteorological Agency, which monitors seismic activity, will broadcast a tsunami warning or tsunami advisory. There are about 3 minutes between an earthquake and the broadcast, which is made via television and radio. Announcements are also made via the internet and in newspapers. Tsunamis are extremely fast and can even reach speeds of up to 100 kilometers per hour. A tsunami may even strike before a warning or advisory is broadcast. If you are near the sea when an earthquake occurs, get away from the coastline and evacuate to as high a place as possible. Be aware that tsunamis do not occur just once. They can come again 2 or even 3 times. Do not go anywhere near the sea or rivers when a tsunami warning or tsunami advisory has been broadcast.